Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Queer Onda. We are now looking towards 2024 and I am joined today by Izzy.
Hello.
And Ceci.
Hi.
And this episode is called For Play and Score. And today we'll be looking at Out Loud Sports in El Paso, some of the athletic avenues for our LGBTQ plus community to explore, and we'll be looking at ways to get fit for the new year. Out Loud Sports is a national LGBTQ plus A and ally recreational sports league. It was founded in 2007 and I believe it's going through its second year here in El Paso. Izzy, tell us a little bit more about Out Loud Sports.
Out Loud Sports is a great way for the gay community to get together and express their sporty inclinations, as it were. And they do organize their sporting events such as volleyball, kickball, and softball around giving back to the community. So they're a really great organization in terms of building the gay community and creating cohesion, but also in giving back to the community.
And it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's lots of athletic gays and lesbians, and there are not so athletic gays and lesbians, but that doesn't seem to matter. I think more than anything, it's a sense of community. It's an opportunity for people to get together and get to know each other, and it is a good organization that has its ultimate eye on reinvesting in the gay community here in El Paso. So we were happy to join them one blustery afternoon on a Sunday as they were playing their kickball tournament. And here's what we've learned about it. First, we talked to their general manager, Oscar Moreno. Tell me about how you got involved with this.
Well, me and Jesus, we really wanted to create an environment that was ultimately positive and supportive of our community, and just to build us together and have a positive experience so we could all learn different sports and just different activities. So that's kind of how I got started. My thing has always been just to give a positive environment. We love competition, but we ultimately want to make friends and make it nice and fun for everyone, just positive and build people up, about empowering people. That's really what this is all about.
How long have you been doing this? How long has the league been in existence?
I think it's going to be 2 years. I'm trying to think when we started. 2 years ago, we started with volleyball, indoor volleyball, so about 2 years.
How's the participation been, and have you seen it increase over time?
Yeah, it actually, every year we keep more like people enrolling, and then we started getting more activities. So not only, we started off with indoor volleyball, then we did sand volleyball, then we did dodgeball. This past season we did softball, and then now we're doing the kickball. So we have plans to incorporate other sports we've had in mind, but for right now we have those sports going on. And our thing is we're going to try to do seasons throughout the year to kind of involve everyone in it.
And tell me a little bit about what are some of the benefits of somebody getting involved in the sports league? I mean, it's open for men, women, in between, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, everyone.
So tell me, what are some of the benefits that would be somebody that to encourage somebody to participate? What do you think some of the best selling points are?
Yeah, really what it is about making friends, kind of building that supportive environment. And like I said, it's a safe environment. It's all about safety and having fun, meeting new people, and empowering people, really. I mean, a lot of us maybe did not join sports when we were younger just due to the fear of, being criticized or judged, just due to our sexuality or just how we identify ourselves. But this environment is totally safe. We could truly be ourselves and really explore the sports that we might have wanted to play when we were younger. A lot of us didn't have that opportunity, and this is what this is all about, is to kind of give people that opportunity to, have fun, really.
A lot of gays and lesbians aren't really, or particularly gay men, I would assume, haven't had the experience of really being part of a team or being in an organized sport. So this opens up some doors for them. So it's kind of a way to kind of rediscover that. Is that the case with you? Did you do that?
That's really what it is. Like I said, it's about empowering people. You start putting these people in teams, and they really start to really find themselves and their leadership potential. They could become leaders into the future, and it really empowers them to learn not only a new sport, but build themselves. This confidence and this. Well, I always joke with the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent that RuPaul says, and really we all have it. Us as queer folk, we really have this uniqueness about us, and once we unleash it, it's something else. We're so powerful in it, and I think a lot of people have found that in themselves, and I think that's beautiful because out of this they go and build their careers, they build their leadership skills elsewhere, which I think is the most empowering part of all this.
I think that's perfect. Now, a couple of other questions kind of off the subject, but I love love what you said about the benefits of the sport or getting involved in sports. Are you all looking for funding or sponsorships or anything like that? Talk a little bit about that.
We work with Epic Bar and Grill with Dave. He's been so supportive with all these events, so he usually sponsors us. But my thing has always been about using this setting as like a philanthropic opportunity. So right now we're doing the canned food drive, and actually in December we're doing a toy drive with our volleyball the tournament that we're doing. So it's all about developing philanthropy. We also did a scholarship during Pride Month. That's another thing that we gave like a $500 or $1,000 for the scholarship for that Sun City Pride has.
That interview took place in late November, and it's funny because it sounds like it took place in a gay club with the music in the background and all the background noise, but it really was in a park in Northeast El Paso as we were talking to people and they were playing their game of kickball. And Oscar's not the only person we talked to. We also talked to Alan. Izzy, tell us a little bit about him and his role.
And we spoke with Alan Briones, who came back to us here in El Paso from New York, where he had studied and learned marketing and communications and promotions. He is now here, and we met with him, Ceci and I did, and Alan wanted to come back to this community so that he could help promote the gay and lesbian community and also Latino entertainment.
Yes, and he emphasized the fact that just because they are queer, that doesn't mean they can't be good soccer players or volleyball players, and he wanted to include that in the community. And we got to speak with him again at the event.
Hi guys, my name is Alan Briones, and I am here for the Out Loud Sports kickball event and canned food drive happening at Veterans Park. And as you can see, we're currently in the midst of the playoff phase of the game, and we already personally got eliminated, but there's other teams out there still in the running, so we're here supporting them and hope to see you guys here for other events.
Alan, this is part of a national organization?
Yes, it is. It's actually, they're branded as like the nation's original queer sports organization in the U.S., and this is the El Paso branch, and they're, I think, relatively new here, but they've quickly done a good job at promoting not only community growth within here, but really destigmatizing the barrier between queerness and sport. Like a lot of times, we have this notion or this stigma of like, you can't be a world-class soccer player and be gay, right? And it's like, no, you can. It's like, you can. It's if you're good, you're good. And it's great to see that on stuff like this, really promoting that, allowing kids to be here and seeing it, early and being like, hey, I can do it too. And there's nothing wrong. It's great to see it. So.
What are some of the other qualities that can be developed over participating in sports like this?
In addition to obviously healthiness, like healthier lifestyles, obviously even like I do, call me if I'm wrong in the sense, like 30 minutes a day of even just walking is already better than none, right? So even just doing sports here like kickball, they also have dodgeball, they also have softball. I think and volleyball I think might be in January for a league, but in December 10th there's going to be a volleyball tournament at 915 United Volleyball Club. That's going to be also tied with a philanthropic nature, and that's going to be a toy drive with the intent of donating most, if not all, the proceeds to the BRC. It's something we definitely look forward to doing, and it's at the baby phases, but we're on our way.
What have you gotten personally out of this involvement in it, both as a athlete and as an organizer?
Honestly, seeing it from the perspective of like an athlete my whole life, or like even just from more the traditional, even just like a closeted gay in the sports world, right? Like, that perspective, and now to seeing this, where it's almost like almost shifting into a mentorship role too, in a way. Like it's interesting to see that happen before my eyes. And I was just talking to a friend Joey here about it, but like one of the things that I've gotten the most out of it in its like 3-4 seasons is like seeing, let's say, Joey from his first season when he couldn't throw a ball to save his life to now where he's like aggressive and mobile. I'm like, what is going on? It's like, it's wild to see that. So, and that to me is so rewarding. It's like seeing your niece like grow up as a volleyball player when she's 8 and can't touch a ball, and then she's 18 and she's hitting you in the face. Like, it's very that, and I love seeing that with all these people. Is like the growth that they all have and the community that's built because of it. So it's really cool.
Can you talk a little bit about the camaraderie and friendships built over people that you may have not met otherwise?
Yeah. Up until these organizations, I didn't find out about them honestly till like 2 or 3 years ago. Like during around COVID when I came back from New York, I didn't even know these organizations existed. Up until then, my real only community was like the volleyball community, and I really knew those people and that's it. I didn't think there was anything beyond that. And once we found out about these, it's like I thought I knew a lot of the community in El Paso, and then I realized, I don't know I don't know more than 10% of the community. Like, it's huge. Well, it's grown so much, right? So that's what I realized too, is like it was nice and refreshing to walk into a different league or this and be like, oh, I don't know that person or this or that, after being around like the same for so long, which is also great. But it's always nice having that, new kind of thing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share to anybody that might want to be considering participating?
Honestly, as far as participating, just know that every time you participate here, you're thinking about the long-term thing, about the 5-10 years down the line, when this hopefully sets itself up to be something that can create a scholarship for a future queer athlete, right? Or maybe we find the number one recruit of the nation in El Paso. We have yet to find that. Maybe we can do that. This is something where, like, I'm personally, like, not an organizer in the sense that my company, Live Nation, is coming in to help, like, find sponsors, media opportunities, all that stuff. But to see an organization like this that is genuinely pushing for the growth of the community at all ages and truly striving to be inclusive in all facets, not just in selected ones, like, it's so good to see that. And that's kind of the same thing. That's what you always got to look for is, and that's what I want you to think when you're coming to these events. You're coming to a safe space where you can be your crazy ass self and have a good time, like, and just be a good person, right? And that's all you can do.
And what about people? I'm sorry, Izzy. What
Sorry
about
if that was too much.
No, it's not. It's fine.
I wanted to ask about Vibe Nation.
Yeah.
Tell about what is Vibe Nation.
Yes, that's my company that I took a little longer than expected to start getting the wheels on that going, but it's a management and marketing organization that I started earlier this year. But we're almost done getting the website, all this built, so we can full on promote and create a podcast in our own right that we want to call Vibe Out, or the daily vibe, stuff like that. We also want to focus on the sports, entertainment, art, and music realms here. We really want to focus on kind of promoting minority communities, and mainly the Latina and queer communities here in El Paso and the Borderplex region. So we really want to, bring in world-class talent to El Paso, but we also want to cultivate world-class talent in El Paso. And how do we start that? By something like this. And there's already other great organizations here that are doing stuff and paving the way. And I want to be here to be like, hey, I'm here too, and I want to work with you. We can all thrive together and not have to beat each other down, So, that's the gist of it. And there's some really fun things that we hope to have along the lines with that and with Sun City Pride and other organizations. Look forward to some fun little things. And with the Borderland Rainbow Center, there's some fun little things, hopefully.
Excellent.
Sorry if that was too much.
No, it's not. No, please don't apologize. One last thing is, if somebody were just interested in coming to be a spectator, just to come and have a good time, what do you have to say to that?
Come up with your adults, of course, and not get your kids in water. But just come out and bring out your friends. Ask your friends if you know vendors or whatnot. Let us know. We're always looking for that, where we can build this into maybe a little mini sports festival or stuff like that, where we can have health vendors and stuff like that. So bring your family and friends. Pop open a good one of a nice beer, whatever you want to drink, and banter around here. This is a very fun, safe space. The athletes in their own right are a sight to watch at all levels. They're amazing people, but they're also like athletes that at all levels are improving and are amazing to watch, and what more could you ask for? It's a good time. So just come out here and support whenever you guys get a chance.
What's great, Izzy, is that we also saw people in the stands. There were people supporting our athletes, our wannabe and our professional athletes, as they were playing their game and giving it their all. They were joined by friends and family and their boyfriends or girlfriends, and they were all there to help support the teams, which I thought was really cool.
It was a great family-oriented type of activity, and it was really great to see everybody cheering and that there was a motivation behind the sport itself. So it felt like the real sporting events, and it had all of their supporters.
Here are a few comments from the fans and spectators that we talked to that afternoon. Who am I talking to? What's your name over here?
I'm Christopher Medlin.
Christopher and?
Ray Alba.
Ray, what brings you all out today?
I'm supporting my husband who's playing for a fundraising event here at Veterans Park.
Great. Is this not your first time at a game like this?
No.
Good. How's the experience been?
It's been great. It's been a useful tool to build community for other LGBTQ plus individuals. And it's something that I've been looking for and searching for as somebody that's not a native of El Paso. It's been really helpful to find community like this.
And I play on one of the teams that's playing here, and so it's been nice to kind of like build community because I left El Paso for a few years and came back and wanted to like get more integrated into the community.
As a lifelong gay El Pasoan, I think it's so cool to see something like this. Can you tell a difference in like how the community's growing that we would have an event like this?
I think so. I mean, when I was growing up here, there was nothing like this, at least that I knew of. Especially sports can be a really like intimidating place for someone who's LGBTQ identifying, and so it's actually allowed me to kind of explore that a lot more as like an athlete.
Are you a jock now?
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far.
Do you like them? Thank you, guys.
Hi, my name is Frankie Brito, and I got involved in this with through my boyfriend. It's nice to see this wonderful display of sportsmanship among our queer community. When you're hesitant to come out because of certain values and other BS they fed you as you're growing up, it's nice to see this camaraderie among our fellow queer folk. And I love the fact that my babe has included me. I might not be a participant in the sports events, however, it is very enticing. It brings back memories of wanting to be involved, but I love the fact that we are doing this within our queer community, and it is lovely. It's awesome.
Is this the first time that you've done something like this? Or your first experience in terms of a sports league with the LGBTQ community?
It is. I'm not involved yet. It has been enticing, like I have mentioned before, but it is nice to be included. You know, when you think back of the memories of high school and being that more of a heteronormative type sports. I don't know what you call it, but it is nice to see this, and it's nice to be included.
Have you made new friends? Have you? Is it increased your social network? I mean, I love that it's kind of family oriented. It seems like it's away from the bars. Talk a little bit about what kind of opportunities there are for socializing among other LGBTQ people.
Yeah, so being LGBTQ myself and a former Christian back in my teens and growing up in a Christian family and breaking away from that heteronormative conservative family, it is very nice to see that we have this available for us, that it's for everyone. I'm glad this is out for our young kids, our young teens, our adolescents. I'm an educator myself. I'm a librarian and a technology specialist, and I like the fact that I'm seeing this out in the open. And it makes me want to, be a participant and go and play sports. I haven't done it yet, but it's definitely breaking the norm of what used to be inclusivity at the bars and the clubs and having a good time and partying and drinking. It's very different. Family, I included my friends Joanna and Jasmine. There are a couple other kids, and they're seeing this, and they need to see this. More queer families need to see this. They're not alone. We're here out in the open, and it's good. It's good for them. It's good for everyone to see this. It's visible for them. It's not in the closet. It's not hidden.
I'm tired of just listening to that one more time because these guys were out there giving it all they got, and believe me, there were a lot of balls. But it was a lot of fun, and it brought back a lot of memories about my own experiences and inadequacies about sports in El Paso, or in sports in my life. You can't see me on this podcast, but I stand 5'3" and a little bit on the plump side. So this body isn't really made for athletics, but that didn't stop our high school PE teachers from making me do them. And I somehow became a little traumatized, to be honest with you. But an event like this sure helps you get over it, and in a lot more fun and loving environment. What do you think is?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, sports were not my go-to thing. I was awkward, tall, skinny, and clumsy because
Now
I
that
was
I
not
think
used to
about
my body.
Now that I think about it, we were a little bit like Laurel and Hardy, you and I.
Yes, we were.
And while comical, you don't want us on your damn sports team.
No, you don't. I couldn't catch a ball to save my life. Of course, that's changed since then.
He's caught many balls for you.
Oh, yes. I'm an expert.
Catcher of the year. You know that it reminds me, as you all may know by now, that Izzy and I go back to our childhood, and we were in 5th grade together, and we all had PE, and it just would turn out that they would choose at random some leaders to pick their teams for whatever sport we were getting ready to try, and ours was softball, and they picked our best friend at the time, Izzy and I's best friend, Robert, as a leader. So being the nice, sweet, gay guy that he was even back then, he chose me and Izzy first, when normally we were chosen dead last. So that kind of tells you what kind of team we put together. And it was kind of a band of misfits. And it was fun back then, so it kind of gives me a little insight into what it's like to play with people that are kind of on your level and where there's not that much, what shall I say, physical intensity, but rather just camaraderie than anything else. So, and that's what I saw on the field the other day. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, that's one of the things, of course, I as a kid, I ran around and I flitted. I mean, I wasn't, I was like a gazelle just springing around back and forth. And that looked a little awkward amongst all of the, as they say, the heteros. But, as we watched the sports, we saw a lot of flitting around, a lot of kicks, a lot of just really great camaraderie. And nobody had that idea that, oh, you have to behave a certain way.
That's right. And let me tell you something. They were also serious about who won the game, and they played very seriously, but they had a lot of fun with it. And there were a lot of, full jocks. What can I do? I mean, jock straps.
Well, Ted, this begs the question. What happened that fateful day when you were chosen first with Izzy?
Well, I'll tell you what. I did have my moment in the sun, if albeit brief, because I remember that we was like this intergrade league that they had put together just to torture me. And so we were playing in 5th grade. We were playing against the 8th grade team. And here our band of gays and misfits, whatever, motley crew we put together, was up against these 8th graders, and everybody knew that we didn't have any chance at all at winning. And somehow or another, I got a little gumption in me, and I thought, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to try my best. And so, I get up to bat, and I'm looking for the right swing, and sure enough, I connect with the ball, and it sends a ground ball all the way through the legs of all the 8th graders, I mean far out, and not far enough out where I could run all the bases. And people were screaming for me because they couldn't believe that little Teddy, and that's what I was known at the time, hit this home run. And I ran the bases, and I come running into home plate, and I'm just so proud of myself. And then the coach, our coach at the time, served as umpire, and then she said, you threw the bat when you went to run. You threw it too hard, and so we're not going to count that point. I never wanted to slap a big lesbian in my life. But I really did that day. But you know what? I remember after that, our teacher, do you remember Mrs. Cruz?
Oh, yes, I remember Mrs. Cruz.
She was so supportive. She says, Teddy, I hear you hit a home run. I said, yes, but it didn't count, miss. And she says, it doesn't matter. You hit it. And I said, you know what? That's right. And that's kind of how I feel. And always it's been my motto in life after that is just hit it. You know what I mean?
For more information on the Outloud Sports December event, visit queeronda.com.
All this talk about sports and getting sweaty brought to mind a lot of ideas for our crew here. And here are reasons to get fit for 2024. Number 1, actually match your Grindr profile pic.
Squeeze into your skinny jeans before they go out of style.
Everyone knows flat abs are ab fab, darling.
Stealing focus in your group pool pic.
Showing off to those clowns at your high school reunion and telling them what's what and who's who now.
and just feel great about yourself at any weight.
Those are just a few ideas from your friends here at Queer Onda. But if you want some actual real advice on how to get physical in 2024, please visit our blog, www.queeronda.com. And that looks like it's a wrap on our last episode of 2023 with great hopes for 2024. We appreciate all the support that we've received from the LGBTQ plus LMNOP community, and we look forward to continuing our blog. And so as we look at 2024, I ask our staff, Izzy, Ceci, what are your New Year's resolutions?
My New Year's resolution is to get rid of my panza. I am Sancho Panza. It will not go away. So that is what I'm focused on.
And for me, my goal is to be healthier, but that's hard for me because I don't like to sweat. So I think I might start going to the pool.
Good suggestion. As for me, I think I'm just gonna resolve to kick more ass. Agarren la onda, queers. This has been Queer Onda El Paso.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Queer Onda El Paso. Join us each month as we address issues facing the LGBTQ plus community. We'd love to hear from you. Email us at feedback@queeronda.com or visit our website and leave a comment, www.queeronda.com. That's www.queeronda.com.
Next episode will be dropping the 15th of next month. And until then, agarren la onda, queers.